Buckle up, buckaroos. This is gonna be a long one. This is absolutely psychotic. There's no other way to say it. This is probably the craziest challenge I'm ever gonna do in my life, and I'm never gonna try it again. RIP to my life the next 10 days. What's up, it's Jan, back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be the video where I attempt being the imperative word, to read 10,000 pages in 10 days. I told Shay I would blame her, but I cannot. I can't, because yeah, she like brought on the inspiration, but I had this idea. I need to take full blame. So what's the sitch? Backstory of this challenge. Shay from Press Play Shay, she's one of my vamps, my patrons. We're called Halara, we're vampire themed. Links down below. In the Discord one day, she sent links to this booktuber Sandra's videos. Got a thing for things. So really I should blame her for this madness. Sandra, she has one video where she read 1,000 pages every day for a week. She has another video where she read 1,500 pages every day for a week. And I'm like, could never be me. But 10,000 pages in 10 days? A little bit more feasible, still crazy, but a little bit more realistic, but also not at all. But I was like, okay, maybe that'll be my celebration video for YouTube for 10,000 subscribers. It's now or never, because any other milestone would not do this, because that would just be too much. So is this, but here's the thing. So this challenge is gonna go from July 1st to the 10th. 6 of those 10 days, I have days off. I work a 9 to 5. I have Wednesdays off, and I took Friday off for my birthday weekend. My birthday is the 6th. So I have the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th off. Oh, and the 10th. So I was like, okay, even though I'm doing some birthday things, like on Friday, Joey and I are going horseback riding, and then we're gonna go out of town for the weekend. But this out of town endeavor is just us staying at this cool Airbnb that's like Gothic themed, Wednesday Addams themed. So we're just gonna be chilling. He knows what he's, well, he doesn't know what he signed up for, but he knows there's gonna be like minimal talking, minimal time together. I was like, okay, if you're okay with this, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna attempt it. Now, here are some ground rules. Here's some housekeeping, okay? 1, audiobooks and manga and everything reading-wise counts. I'm gonna calculate. I usually don't calculate my audiobook. I don't convert my audiobook percentage into pages for like my monthly wrap-ups, but for this, I will, because reading is reading is reading, and for challenges, I usually do count the audiobook pages. Manga absolutely counts. Everything counts, okay? I don't know how Sandra did not count audiobooks, but here we're counting audiobooks because I do still have work 4 of those days. So I'll be listening to audiobooks on my commute because I have like a 30 to 45 minute commute. I'm gonna listen to audiobooks as much as I can during the work days, during my workouts. If I go to work out, I'm gonna try to wake up early, like early every day as much as I can. I really hope I stick to it because otherwise it's gonna be impossible. I mean, it's already impossible. For my monthly wrap up this month, it's gonna be rapid fire. It's not gonna be the reread, rewrite, burn tag. I'm just gonna hold up the book, say my rating, maybe 1 sentence about each one. I should have started with this note, but I just want to disclaim that I have like 0% faith that I'll actually complete this. My actual more realistic goal is 7,000, but the ultimate goal is 10,000, okay? I'm like 99.9% sure I'm gonna fail, but I'll be damned if I don't try. I'm never gonna try this again, but we're gonna try our darndest. I also don't recommend this because this is not a realistic challenge, okay? This is very much quantity over quality, but of course I'm gonna try to find 5-star predictions because I have to enjoy what I'm reading in order to be somewhat successful. I have somewhat of a game plan, like I have stacks of books behind me. I'm not gonna share, I'll share a few books that I definitely want to get to for like my reading goals of the month and stuff, but I'm still debating on whether I want to do a bunch of short books because that would get me momentum. That's how I do anything in life, is the easy stuff first, gain momentum, and then I'll feel more accomplished and have more motivation. But I think I'll have like one chunky book going at a time and chip away at that at the same time. I'm gonna be reading multiple books at the same time because that's what I do on a daily basis. I don't have to read 1,000 pages a day per se. They just all have to total to 10,000 at the end of July 10th. This is gonna be a bunch of different genres. I'm gonna have like silly goofy romances. I'm gonna have manga, some graphic novels probably, some horror. We're gonna do the damn thing. We're gonna try some fast-paced thrillers. thrillers too. I haven't read many thrillers in a while. Anything goes is what I'm pretty much saying. I'm gonna stray away from picture books. Obviously those count too, but I'm gonna stray away from those. I have a little bit of a method to the madness, okay? We're gonna try our best. I'm also still debating on whether I wanna read some manga every day. I think I will do that and then read the bulk of the manga at the end of the challenge, like as a Hail Mary type of move, like a foolproof plan, race to the finish line. God, I have a headache right now just thinking about, I've been thinking about this for the past 3 weeks and I've been stressing about it. I have sprints tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 1st. I'm trying to be proactive with things. I'm scheduling things out for Patreon and YouTube for the next 10 days, or trying to at least. I'm like pre-filming. There's a lot that's been going on and this intro is gonna be so long and I'm sorry, but I want to get everything like laid out because I'm not gonna vlog too much until like I finish books. I think every day I'm gonna update on my page count. I did make my bullet journal last night because again, being proactive, and I did make a tracker. So every 50 pages I read, I'm gonna color in a square. So let's hope that helps with my motivation as well. Another book that I definitely want to get to is in the bottom of this pile. I'm not gonna grab it, but I definitely want to read Children of Anguish and Anarchy in July. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it in this vlog. This vlog's also gonna be long, so grab a bevy. I don't know what I'm saying. The ones I definitely want to get to, I think I'm gonna start with a couple of these for sure. Little Scratch by Rebecca Watson. It's very like, this is the format, okay? I'm gonna fly through this. This is a lit fic about the mundanities of life and this girl like going through it. I'm gonna do my reread of Tomie because this is gonna help. Love Junji Ito. For my coffin covers challenge, which is this little reading challenge I have for Patreon where we find things on book covers every month. July's is Dessert, so I'm gonna read When in Rome because there's pie on the cover. I also want to start the first couple days with Small Horrors by Darcy Coates. This is 50 short horror stories in like a less than 300 page book. So this is hopefully gonna fly by as well. So that's the game plan for first day or two. Everything else is a mystery to all of us. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. This is my passion project of the year, I think, other than my like Do Your Worst series and stuff. So we'll see how much of my life, my mental health, my content all suffers in the next 10 days because this is wild. And if I accomplish this, I'm retiring. I'm gonna be so proud if I accomplish this. But we'll find out together. Hope you enjoy this vlog. Excuse the noise. If you can hear that, yep, you probably could. There's a garbage truck outside. I finished my first book. I'm gonna try to keep these updates 2 minutes long or less. This is gonna be a very long video. I gave it 3 stars. I was just really confused. I loved the first 130 or so pages. I love the audiobook. It was very easy to fly through, to listen to. It was pleasant to my ears. I love that narrator. Her name's like Saskia something. Last name starts with an M. But I love con artist stories. My love for it started with The 1,000th Floor by Catherine McGee. Ever since then, I've loved con artist stories. I enjoyed learning about all of her identities and the flashbacks and everything, but I think I fixated on the wrong characters because the characters that I was like trying to keep track of in the beginning didn't even show up at the end. I was just kind of confused. And I literally had to look up spoiler explanations, like Reddit threads. I hate Reddit. It's not pleasant to the eye to look at. The ending was okay. The twist was okay. Again, I might have just been a little too distracted from work because I had to do like a social media report. So like there was a lot going on, people were talking to me, but first book done, 3 stars. That's fine because Little Scratch is feeling like a 5. Hello, 6 minutes until, oh, hi. 6 minutes until Sprinties. I have a little bit of an update. We are at 578 pages, okay? We have a foolproof plan of doing the Ellen Hopkins books, but first I'm gonna finish Little Scratch. I have about less than 50 pages left. Also started When Oceans Rise via audio. Loving it. Loving the Filipino rep. It's so good. It's literally Little Mermaid Mermaid but make it Filipino. Oh, also very triggering, very, very triggering in terms of toxic relationships and gaslighting and abuse in all forms. It's crazy that it's YA, honestly. I'm like, that's a lot more intense than I thought it was gonna be. So do look up trigger warnings. I also didn't think, I thought it was fantasy like from the get-go, but it starts in the real world and then we get into the Little Mermaid situation. The deal with the Sea Witch is that she is gonna erase her past in exchange for her voice. So, you know, the Little Mermaid in exchange for her voice. But in this case, she is not gonna ever have dated her toxic boyfriend, but she won't have a voice. There's another guy who comes along. Yeah, there's like a good mix of like modern world things, like social media's in this, technology, blah blah blah. But then yeah, there's fantasy, there's magic, there's Filipino lore. The superstitions are so accurate to like things I've heard when I was a kid about like shit my mom told me that are just flat out made up. They're just superstitious as fuck. Like the family dynamics, karaoke, of course. Filipinos are singing karaoke at these parties. Very accurate. I will say some of the language in it just feels kind of off. Like there's a fine line between Taglish and like forcing it and like not having it flow, if that makes sense. So it's like almost inaccurate, but whatever, I can look past it. Love the audiobook. The narrator has a great Filipino accent. So, however, if I weren't Filipino, I feel like I wouldn't like this. This probably wouldn't be my type of book, other than the toxic relationship stuff, which I could kind of relate to here and there. All in all, I don't know. I mean, maybe, because I do like a good retelling, and this is pretty like spot on without being too on the nose, if that makes sense. I think I would like it, even if I weren't Filipino. It's just an added bonus. Like, if it weren't Filipino, it'd probably be like maybe a 3, but it's feeling like a 4 to 5 right now, depending how it ends. But okay, this is a very long-winded clip. I'm wearing my I'm in the middle of a readathon merch, hoodie merch. Merch store is always linked down below. I always forget to promote it. It's a thing I do when I launch it and then I forget about it. But let's get shit done. Oh, also, thank you to Alexis, one of my vampies, for letting me use her Libby account because her library has Happiness Volume 9 and 10, and I was just about to give up on the series. So I was like, okay, 2 volumes, whatever, I don't need to know how it ends, but I am so happy. I'll probably try to read those 2 tonight, if not tomorrow for sure. I could log out and give her account back, but thank you so much, Alexis. Lifesaver. Because last night I was trying to finish the last 3 or 4 volumes, but the last 2 are not on Kindle Unlimited nor Hoopla, but the rest of the series is. And like, that's just fucking rude, you know? Listen, I was gonna do fun facts for every book, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Maybe every now and then if I like think of one. Okay, that's all. Okay, this book is the most chaotic book I've ever read in my life because it's every single thought of this woman's brain. What is her name? I don't even think we ever get her name. We never get her name. It just says one young woman. Whoa, but I really like how it's doing that, how it's like hyper self-awareness, because that's me. Every day I'm like, oh shit, right foot, left foot, let me take a drink of water. It's crazy. It also like kind of tests where your eyes would go. I bet everyone who reads this reads it in a different way because I don't even know how to explain it. Like it has columns, but like you kind of just have to figure out where the columns continue, where the lines continue. If that makes sense, it doesn't make sense. It barely makes sense unless you're actually like looking at the page. Do not read this audibly. Whatever you do, don't do it. Actually, it might be a little bit easier because then it'll tell you where to look, but it's not a linear. You're either gonna love how it's weirdly, cleverly formatted, or you're gonna fucking hate everything about it because it's so hard to follow. Like there's all these slanty parts, but then it's not like fully always left to right either. Like sometimes it's up and down. It's like a mini House of Leaves. To be honest with you, but it's good. It might just be 5 stars for the concept of it, you know? I feel like it's really well done. Update. We are 1 sprint in. I just finished Little Scratch. I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's not like the best story in the world. Like I don't feel attached to this character whose name I don't even know, right? The ending didn't have that 5-star feeling, but I feel like for the concept, the way it made me feel like physically stressed because of how it was just laid out, not even like the content of it. Granted, there are some triggering aspects of the subject matter. What the fuck am I saying? There is some triggering triggering subject matter all throughout, but really it was just the way it was laid out. It was like a game. It was a fun little game. But this is seriously how my brain looks and feels every day. I don't know how to feel about that. I guess she did feel a little bit relatable because she said some things that go through my brain every fucking day. Oh, she also calls her partner my him, and I thought that was really cute. She also never states his name. I will definitely reread this because I feel like this is... Did I totally skip this page with the heart? I think I skipped this page with hearts. I think I will reread this at some point. I feel like it's one of those books that you will get something new out of it every time you read it. And obviously it's a very quick read. It's definitely staying on my shelves. Definitely gonna go back to it eventually at some point. There was a fun fact, can't remember where it is, what color I fucking tabbed it. It was like what the backs of your knees are called. The scientific term was in this book. I can't fucking find it. I guess I could Google it. Google is free, but like... Maybe it was like 5 a.m. syndrome and I just made that shit up because I thought it was first lie wins, but it's not. It's not in this either. Maybe it's farther down the book than I... Oh my god, I found it! Popliteal fossa. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Popliteal fossa. Fossa? Sometimes referred to as the knee pit. There's a fun fact for you. Now I think I am going to... What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I know this update is a lot longer than 2 minutes, okay? Don't yell at me. But I have my holy grail of books that are gonna help me get through this challenge. So I have the Ellen Hopkins books. This was fully Joey's idea. I don't know how I didn't think of it. The only thing about this is I don't want to read 2 books with this type of formatting, like in verse, you know, all weird. It's all in different shapes too. Like, that's not linear. Plus, the subject matter in every single book in this woman's archive is depressing as shit. Every single one. It's a different trauma in every single book. I've only read Crank. I think I read it twice because I tried to continue the series and I never did. Maybe I started Glass. I don't remember. But I'm gonna start with a different series. I thought they were all connected, but apparently she has like some duologies, some trilogies, some standalones. So we're gonna start with Burned, but I'm not gonna read that just yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll keep y'all posted when I maybe finish another book. Maybe I'll do a manga. I don't know what page count I'm on at this point. Probably like 600. So we got 400 more. I kind of want to read like a novel in prose. So, all right, I'm not going to update for a while since this was 5 minutes. Okay, bye. Finish my next book. I decided to just kill happiness, you know? I continued with volume 9, finished it really freaking quickly. I loved it. I'm actually reacting just as viscerally as I would for like Junji Ito manga, which is kind of wild. Do I dare give it another 5-star? Maybe a 4. We're gonna do a 4. I love the turn that this series took. I did not expect it. I mean, I expected no, I didn't even expect vampires. So imagine my pleasant surprise when I read vampires in the first book. And now it's one of my other favorite things in horror. Actually, 2 of my favorite things in horror. This is a great series. I wish I read it earlier. I definitely will read Blood on the Tracks by this author, but I actually read volume 1 of their other series, The Flowers of Evil. So I'll probably continue that since that's on KU, but not right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna update my bullet journal. We have like 20 minutes left of this sprint, I think. So I'm gonna update my bullet journal, decide what to read next, maybe read a couple more pages. Should I just continue When Oceans Rise? Ugh, I don't know. I kind of want to read one of my like physical TBR books. I did it. 1,020 pages, baby. Finished Happiness Volume 10. Gave it 3 stars because there was childbirth and also some other triggering stuff. So look that up, but it wasn't the best ending to a manga series. But whatever. Sprints with Shay were really fun. We even talked a little after. So socializing for the day, check. I finished a whole manga series. Go me. I'm about to keep reading. I'm gonna listen to When Oceans Rise while I do dishes and hopefully have time to rough edit a little bit more so I can audiobook. Same time, get a video up by like Wednesday max, because I'm struggling. This weird angle because there are coworkers galore around my car right now. This morning I started 7 Empty Houses. I got 113 pages in. This is the author of Fever Dream, which is, I believe, her most popular book. It's translated work. This one's also very fever dreamy. This is a story collection. There are 7 stories about these weird houses and weird families. So far, the second story is my favorite because it's the only one that I was able to follow the entire time. I also started Burned by Ellen Hopkins, and it's It's already, from the first 30 pages, it's already so heavy. I believe this one focuses a lot on religious trauma and familial abuse. Pleasant morning reading. And then I fell asleep for 20 minutes before my alarm went off at 7:45. On my way to work, I got halfway through When Oceans Rise, and I literally want this on my shelves because this is the most relatable Filipino book I've ever read. Not only does it talk about a lot of folklore and superstitions that I grew up hearing about, but the culture mentioned, the stereotypes mentioned, like I said, the accents are really good. They explain everything really well. Like, an example is if you're talking to anyone who's like an elder, the same age as like a grandma or grandpa, they're all your grandma and grandpa. Same goes with like people your parents' age, everyone's an aunt or uncle. So they explain that really well in like a concise manner. It's just like random things that I thought was just like a my mom thing, but it's really a Filipino thing. There was something that I was like, oh my god, I've been hearing that my entire life. Oh, the mom was like, your voice was so good, your dance moves could use a little work. My mom didn't tell me that, but she's like, you could literally be famous in the Philippines. You could be a TV star. My mom always said TV star because apparently in the Philippines, like young people who know English really well, who are like fluent in English, get famous really easily TV wise. So I just thought that was funny. I was like, oh, it's a universally Filipino thing, not just an agaton thing. I'm really enjoying it. We just got introduced to another creature that I grew up hearing about called the tikbalang. There's another one called the aswang. It's just wild, like hearing about it. The fantasy is worked in really well in that book as well, so I'm really enjoying it. It might actually be a 5-star, which is so unexpected. But okay, I'm gonna go to work. The goal is to finish When Oceans Rise. I have about 2.5 hours left, maybe closer to 3. I want to finish 7 Empty Houses. I want to read more of Love Unwritten because I started that last night. I don't remember if I said that because that one's like a 600-page romance. And I have a few audiobooks in line, so we'll see what I start next. I have a few like BIPOC romances, nonfiction, I don't know. We'll see what I get up to, but more people are rolling in, so I'm gonna go to work. Here's the dealio. We have a lot going on at once, okay? This morning I didn't get up at 4:30. I got up at 5:30, probably closer to 5:40. So I was set back a little bit. So I'm very behind. I'm less than 500 pages in today. And I've decided we're going to go take advantage of my free large popcorn that I got for my birthday from AMC for being a member, you know? We're also going to take advantage of Discount Tuesdays and go see A Quiet Place day 1. So that's going to be in about an hour and a half. So I have that much time to update and read. I finished When Oceans Rise. I'm giving it 4 stars. It was a 5, as y'all know, for quite a bit. It just dragged a little bit towards the end when the action scenes were happening, which is ironic, I know, but like those are the parts that actually dragged for me because I was like, okay, let's just resolve things. But this is the most relatable, most accurate. Okay, accurate is weird to say because it's a lot of mythology, but in terms of like the superstitions and like things parents say that aren't a thing in a lot of other Filipino rep books, I feel like this is the best Filipino rep I've ever read. It's just the littlest things. Like they even had a friend who was like, oh, you put hot dogs in your spaghetti? That's weird. And that's literally what everyone I've ever talked to has said to me who's not Filipino. And I've said how good Filipino spaghetti is. And yes, there are these hot dogs. They're Filipino hot dogs, so they're like redder and sweeter. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good, I promise. A little bit of it dragged for me, so that's why I docked a star. It's a little bit too long in my opinion. I'm glad I didn't read it physically because the audiobook was phenomenal, except when Salvador was talking, because for some reason the narrator got like robotic and like stiff and it sounded almost like mechanical whenever that character talked. Thought that was weird, but other than that, the audiobook was very enjoyable. I learned so much more about Filipino lore. They mentioned creatures I've never even heard of, so that was cool. The toxic relationship representation was very triggering, but I think it portrayed gaslighting and toxicity very well because been there, done that, you know? I am 134 pages into 7 Empty Houses, which I'm gonna try to finish in this time. There's like less than 60 pages left, so I'm gonna do that. Really liking it, really confused for the most part, but I put this author's 2 other books that I haven't read on hold, so hopefully that comes in to my home library in the next couple days so I can pick them up before I go away for the weekend because they are such quick reads, and she does literary horror really well. It just has that like eerie, unsettling unsettling feeling without being like over the top with the horror elements. So speaking of horror, this is my Kindle. I started Ankle Snatcher by Grady Hendrix, which I could finish on the way to the movie theater because it's only a 29-page short story. It's one of those creature feature novellas that are on Kindle. It's an Amazon original story, that's what they're called. But I think the series is called Creature Feature. There's one by like Paul Tremblay, Josh Mallerman, and a couple others. I should be able to finish this because I did start it. One of my patrons, Lori, really loved this, so I'm excited. And then I also started the audiobook for The Ballad of Never After because one of my patrons, Amanda, got me A Curse for Love. What the fuck is the last one called? A Curse for True Love? The last one in the series. So I was like, might as well. I've had this one for years. I didn't really like the first one. I gave it a 3, but this one has vampires. So did the first one have it too? I think it was like towards the very end. So hopefully I like this better. But Stephanie Garber's really quick to read because the font is huge and the audiobook's fine to listen to. The voice is kind of annoying, but we can move past it. And then I have Burned by Ellen Hopkins. I'm gonna get crackin' lackin'. I'll talk to y'all at the end of the night because I'm hoping to squeeze in some more pages, maybe another volume of manga or something after the movie, but we shall see. Hello, we're back in this spot. I can't remember if I said I finished this, but I finished this. I gave it 3 stars. My favorite was the second story still. To the very end, I was like, what is going on? But I'm still gonna read everything this author wrote because it's weird and I love it. I love feeling confused. Like, this is the good type of confused. This is how I felt reading Bunny. We went to the movies and then I finished Ankle Snatcher, gave that 4 stars. The ending was so abrupt, it was like jarring, but it was a creepy story. It's basically the boogeyman story, but the way it was written was pretty well done, in my opinion. And then I continued Burned. I'm 118 pages in. It really is just coming of age and dealing with her alcoholic father, hanging out with boys, and then there's this like religious trauma. I'm not hating it. I mean, loving it would be kind of weird because it's all just depressing, but that's gonna get done tomorrow. I think my next Kindle book, other than if I randomly pick up a manga, my next Kindle book is gonna be The Final Scene by Steph Nelson. I heard about this from this random girl at Silent Book Club. I recommended it to McKay, and then he read it like immediately and gave it 5 stars. I think it's time for me to finally read it because I need a solid, fast-paced thriller, and this one is under 300 pages and it has 64 chapters or something like that. So that's the type of shit I need. So yeah, my stack is growing slowly but surely. I am not gonna hit my 1,000 pages today unless I get a sudden burst of energy after taking a shower and getting ready for bed. For now, I'm at 612 pages, I believe. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna read a little bit more before I like fully go to sleep, as opposed to partially going to sleep. But tomorrow we will play catch up for sure. Hi, good morning. I'm hiding under my hood because I look like ass. It's currently 9 a.m. It's Wednesday. Weekend has officially begun. And I just finished Burned. I crossed the 2,000 page mark in this challenge. I gave this 4 stars. I also have a fun fact. There was a cougar in here, so we're gonna do a fun fact about cougars. Okay? Okay. Cougar cubs are born with their eyes closed. About 2 weeks, they're blue, but then they change to greenish yellow at about 16 months old. The more fascinating one that I saw was that they have rasping hooks on their tongues so that they can pull meat from bones. And that's pretty fucking cool. I love learning about weird things in animals' bodies to like help them adapt and survive in the wild. It's fascinating. This has my most hated trope. I still enjoyed it. The ending was wild. My jaw was in hell. This whole book is depressing as fuck. I'm definitely gonna read the sequel to this. Check trigger warnings for all of Ellen Hopkins' books, to be honest, but this specifically has parental abuse, religious trauma, and a few other things. I think the main thing was parental abuse. I'm gonna charge my camera now and I'm gonna move on. I'm probably gonna continue Love Unwritten. Again. We went to the gym. I just did some walking on an incline and reading on my Kindle because I am quite behind today. Since I filmed for an hour and a half, filmed my June wrap up, I finished the last episode of Bridgerton. I had like 35 minutes left. I just really needed to know who Lady Whistledown is, okay? I just dicked around too much. I mean, if we're talking about carryovers from yesterday, I'm like not even close. Today, as a total, I've read, I want to say close to 600 pages, if not a little bit over. Oh, I don't even know why I brought this. But ideally, I would love to get like past 50 pages in like every book I have. Every book I've started. The new one I started today that I read on my Kindle because it is on KU and I have the physical, but you know how that goes. And I just transferred my annotations. I'm exactly 50 pages into Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. Sorry, this lighting is weird. This background is awful. 50 pages in, and I've laughed a few times. Like, I'm surprised. I'm ready for this to be cringy, though. I heard from Christina that she heard that the first, I think 2 or 3 are really cringy, but then it's supposed to get better after that. And I have the whole series. We'll see. I've never read a mafia romance before, so we'll see how this goes. I have read the Sinners duology, and it was a fun time. It is set in Chicago, though, unfortunately. We're moving past it. Hopefully no one gets pregnant, because that's worse than books set in Chicago for me. I'm also continuing The Ballad of Never After. I am now 220 pages into this. This is the one I'm hoping I finish tonight because I think I'm gonna start playing my Switch. I'm gonna charge it a little bit more and then I'm finally gonna download Cooking Mama on there. Christina got me Lemon Cake, which is another like cozy serving food game. I'm gonna do that, listen to this. I don't know, I don't get the hype with this series, to be honest with you. Only reason I'm continuing it is because one of my patrons, did I say this already? Amanda got me the 3rd book. Yeah, I think I said that already. I don't know how I feel. This, I decided to continue. I was like, okay, the night is young. I have time to fuck around a little bit more and read something slower. And I really just wanted to read this again. I'm now 46 pages in and I love it. This is the fastest I've read all day. I started on, I don't even know what page I started on. In the teens, I think. And it reads so easily. This author, incredible. It makes me want to reread Cleopatra and Frankenstein. She builds characters like no other. I am just so invested. I feel like these sisters are my best friends already. And I'm only 46 pages in. So I'm hoping to get this read fully in this vlog because it doesn't come out in the US until September, so I would love to get my thoughts out early for y'all. But I already know it's gonna be 5 stars. I already know. I will update y'all hopefully when I hit 1,000 pages for the day. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna squeeze in a manga because I haven't even touched a manga all day. I'll keep y'all updated. I don't know my total anymore. I think I'm at like, I want to say my total is almost 2,500, but I could be wrong. I could be rounding up. Who knows? I don't know anything. Okay. I've been laying on the floor reading because I'm still dirty from the gym and I don't like getting in bed without showering first. I just wanted to say life truly does imitate art because Burned by Ellen Hopkins, there was one page where it said like, oh, it's early July, and then the next page it said something about her birthday, and I was like, the fuck? And then also in Blue Sisters, it's 4th of July weekend currently where I'm at in the book. And then today I had Portillo's, a hot dog from Portillo's, and now they're having a hot dog in Chainsaw Man. I started a manga because I was slowly losing my mind and I just need that sense of accomplishment, you know? And it's already unhinged from page 1.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand?
Good morning, not showing my face because I'm hideous, but I just finished this. It sucked, 2 stars. I almost gave it a 3 just for the vampires, but really, Evangeline is whiny as fuck. Jax is blonde. Why is everyone obsessed with him? Cringy, predictable, ending was okay. Yes, I'm gonna finish the series because I own the 3rd one, but I'm probably gonna sell the first 2 and keep the 3rd one because it was gifted. Oh, and I lost a nail last night. Also forgot to say, there were jealousy scenes, which I usually love, but I felt nothing because the chemistry was awful. And I don't get it. I just don't get it.
You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right.
And so continues the saga of me doing things during this challenge instead of what I should be doing, which is just focusing on reading to actually succeed. I thought the exception was only going to be my birthday and the 5th, but today's the 4th and we're actually going to Joey's parents' house because, I mean, there are no fireworks tonight, but they want to go on the boat, but it's gloomy, so I don't know. We probably still will. Anyway, we're getting gas, but I started Open Throat by Henry Hoke and I'm 110 pages in. This is from the I was about to hide my nail, but it's actually there again. I broke it, as y'all saw this morning, and I got nail glue and it actually worked. Like, who would have thunk? Anyway, this is from the perspective of a queer, hungry mountain lion who lives under the Hollywood sign, and it's so fucking funny. Also, it's so quick, but I know there's also commentary on like human tendencies and what they talk about, and this mountain lion, I thought you were about to cough, and this mountain lion just hearing all these conversations and seeing these people fuck on their hikes. This mountain lion, the pronouns are they, them, okay? They saw these two men fucking, and so we're in their head and they're like, yeah, this man suddenly collapsed on the floor and went on his knees. One like has his hands on the ground like I do with my paws, and they're like in the shape of me, and I'm like, oh my god. Just like seeing that from an animal's perspective is just so clever, honestly. If I ever had the chance to talk to Henry Hoke, I would interview him and be like, did you just sit by the Hollywood sign and observe people? He probably listened to people's conversations like at a coffee shop or something. I'm wearing my Just Here for the Wieners shirt that I'm obsessed with, and I'm gonna finish this on our way to Joey's parents' house because it's like an hour away. And finish this. I have 50 pages left. I was on stream with Christina reading this, and I brought 4 other physical books and my Kindle.
I swear that I'll stay here with you.
5 stars. Contender for top 10 of the year. Read it if you like weird books.
I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now.
Did I already do a fun fact about cougars in this vlog? What the fuck did I read where I had to do a fun fact about cougars? Because I searched fun facts about cougars on Google and it's the same things that I already... What the fuck did I... How do I have 2 books where cougars would have been the fun fact? What was it? Was it 7 Empty Houses? No, I have no idea. But I literally just said these exact same... Was it Burned? There's no way. I don't know. Like, I swear I vlogged something with cougar cubs are born with their eyes closed. They turn from blue to greenish yellow around 16 months. Or did I do a different big cat? No. Because it says cover their prey with sticks, soil, or rocks to hide it from other predators, and then return to eat it later. I need to look back on my footage. I was just trying to do a fun fact for Open Throat. I am so confused. But I'm gonna start like 4 different books and see what I want to actually read. This is like a vignette lit fic situation. I think I've said that before. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. I'll keep y'all posted. Who knows? The next clip might be me finishing a book.
A few moments later.
Oh my god, it was Burned. Well, it only makes sense to do the same animal for Open Throat, so guess we're skipping that fun fact. Sorry. That's so odd. Why did I choose a cougar? Okay, apologies for this harsh lighting, my makeup being smeared because I went through it today. Okay, but I just finished Pure Color. I'm giving this 4 stars. This is the epitome of existential crisis. I haven't read a more what is life book in so long, if not ever, but it was a really quick read. I definitely should have read it quicker than I did. I'm glad I got this off my physical TBR after just recently buying it. And I'm gonna do a fun fact about bears because they mention bears like right in the beginning and it's like a metaphor. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can say. I mean, there's like a sapphic romance in there, but it's not as prominent as the synopsis makes it sound. I feel like that was the least prominent storyline. A lot of it is inner dialogue, inner monologue, and then there's also grief over a parent, but there are also some weird analogies. It's a weird writing style. Like some of these words they use were a choice, but glad I got this fascinating cover off of my list. But bears. So the question that I like dropped down on Google for was, what do bears like to do for fun? It says that there's a springy tamarack sapling tree. They can spot it from a distance and they're like, oh, that looks like fun, and they jump on it. They climb up, ride the tops down, get off, and climb them again. They walk the bent over trees like tight ropes and then play king of the mountain with their mother and siblings. Oh, and their biggest weakness is poor turning ability. They're agility is not great because of their stocky, insulated body. Apparently they have 2 layers of fur, which I didn't know. 2 coats of fur or whatever. So those are a couple fun facts about bears. I don't know what I'm gonna read next, to be honest with you. I did start Whale Fall. I read like 12 pages. Ooh, maybe I'll do Blue Sisters. Oh, maybe not. I need something quicker. I'm only at 498 pages for the day. Maybe I'll just read some Smoke to get some good pages in. I haven't read a manga today yet. I'll figure it out. I want to get, I mean, obviously I'm going to cross 500. I haven't done an audiobook today yet. I haven't done a manga today yet. I have just been really in the physical reading mood. I don't know. So I'll update y'all maybe tomorrow at this point because it's like 10 p.m. So far I finished 2 books today. I don't know what my official total count is, but I know it's still less than 4,000, so I'm still behind. So yay me. Okay people, we're running low on manga, so we're stocking up at the library. Look at my lovely little helper. It's freaking bats! Okay, hi, so we're back home. I got 12 volumes of different manga, some standalone, some series, some I've never heard of, and I just finished one of them as I was drinking my coffee and finishing my bagel bites. I finished #DRCL, Midnight Children, Volume 1. I didn't realize that the series wasn't finished yet. The 3rd one comes out, well, I'm sure it's finished in Japan, maybe, possibly, but the 3rd one comes out in September. 5 stars. This is one of the very few manga, other than Junji Ito, that I would love to own, and I just might buy them, especially once the series is done. I don't know, but the art style is gorgeous. I mean, y'all saw some of them, but like the magic, look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, so I'm obsessed, and it's really just, I mean, there are some like unique things in there, but I mean, it's just Dracula vibes. So 5 stars, really happy about it. So that's 240 pages. It actually has a lot more words than I expected, surprisingly, so it took me a little bit longer than I thought it would, which is fine. Like, why are there so many words? Too lazy to do a fun fact for it, to be honest with you. But I also want to tell y'all about the book I was reading this morning. I started The Devil Takes You Home by Gabino Iglesias. I figured this would check off one of my Book of the Month books for the Book of the Month challenge. It's also a BIPOC author. There's a little translation guide that came with it, so it like keeps me engaged because I'm listening to the audio, following along, and I'm writing down every translation. 1, just because, yeah, it helps me stay engaged, but 2, also Joey wants to read this book. He's the reason I got this from Book of the Month, so I feel like it'd be easier for him to not have to flip back and forth with the translation book. I actually really like this so far, and I am not one to like drug cartels and drug stuff in books. I don't know, it doesn't keep me intrigued. But this one, I'm enjoying. We start off with knowing that his kid is sick. He and his wife are having problems with each other as well, and then he gets into this drug cartel situation. I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of the vibes of Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and it says for fans of Sylvia Moreno Garcia and Stephen Graham Jones, and Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. It's classified as a southern noir, so if that intrigues you, the writing's good. The translation guide is definitely helpful, definitely necessary, because there are like long sentences in Spanish. It doesn't translate within the text, you know, like books usually do, so the guide is very helpful. I think I want to continue this actually. We have less than an hour till we have to leave for horseback riding, so I'm not gonna read another manga. I think I want to read a novel. I don't have my phone with me, that's why I would have done a fun fact about bats, but I don't have my phone with me. So sorry. Sorry I've been so like sporadic with my fun facts. I'm not consistent with it. No one has time for that in this challenge, okay? Forgot to say all day that it's summerween. Day 1. So happy summerween. It feels weird because I'm combining these vlogs. It just feels like I'm not ready for summerween, but I've been reading a ton, so like I'm sure prompts will fit somewhere. I am participating. I am gonna put the summerween footage in this vlog. I'm currently reading The Devil Takes You Home, so that fulfills pretty much every prompt. I also read more of Whale Fall on my balcony. We also took a nap, and obviously we decided to stay in instead of going to emo night. We were gonna channel our y'alternative, you know what I mean, and do the horseback riding and then emo night, but we just do not have that stamina anymore. We do not have that energy, and I'm feeling the birthday saddies. Y'all know how that goes. My birthday is in less than 3 hours. It's like 9 p.m. now, so yeah. It's weird. I still have to pack for a little weekend getaway at this gothic Airbnb thing. It's literally called Wednesday's Lair, which is crazy because Patreon, you know? Did I say that already? I don't know. This vlog feels endless. Okay, so does the vlog that I'm editing for Patreon right now for my All's Well spoiler-filled thing. I was editing. I've just been doing too many things. That's why I'm not hitting my 1,000 pages every day. I need to stop fucking around and just succumb to manga, which I just did. I finished Flying Witch Volume 1. A big part of me wants to give it 2 stars. Fuck, I forgot my phone again. There were a couple animals in here though. There was a camel, a cat, and a pheasant, crows. There could have been many opportunities for fun facts. But again, I am not about to get up and get my phone. Sorry. But I'm giving it 2 stars because it just feels discombobulated. I don't understand the objective of this story. People know that she's a witch. She knows that other people are witches, but she's also trying to figure shit out still, learning stuff about being a witch, and I'm just confused. I don't know. This is fairly new. I don't know when Volume 2 comes out. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I don't know how to feel. Like, it was a very quick read. It didn't feel like each chapter was connected. It felt like a short story collection, but it's not meant to be that. I probably won't continue with this series. I thought it was just gonna be more magic, less real world, and more learning about the magic and her flying around as a witch. It's literally called Flying Witch, so I don't know. But it was a cute, fun time, just not the best manga ever. So 2 stars. I think I'm gonna finish editing my video, and then I'm gonna continue Whalefall or Brutal Prince or The Devil Takes You Home. Good morning. It's my birthday, and I've already cried and can't stop. Christina and the Lair have just did it for me. I'm currently packing. We're about to go out of town. I brought a shit ton of books for one night. But it's a 2.5-hour drive. All we're gonna be doing is chilling at the house and reading. I brought my Switch with me. I brought my Kindle. I have to finish packing though. I hope I take some cute pictures. My hair is wildin'. That's all. Actually, no, that's not all. I need to update on my reading. I am at, I think, 4,079. A little bit more than that because I read this morning. So probably around like 4,100. So quite behind, but we're gonna catch up tonight. I have my manga stocked up for the last few days. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna make it. We're gonna pull a Hail Mary. We're gonna prove those bitches wrong. I don't know who bitches are, but I feel like the underdog who's gonna like make a comeback. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough if you're giving me your love.
Alright, we just got here. And Jenna Ortega is everywhere. And I fucking can't stand her. But look at this couch. Look at these bats. How do I turn on this neon sign? A black violin?
Oh, that's not touching? Why was that so aggressive?
What do you mean? It's loose.
I know, but you went so aggressive with it.
Ew. She's everywhere. Look at this spiral staircase.
This is cool. I like this. Look at this. How much weirdly stacked. Dude, this place is big.
Yeah, I told you. Ooh. Ew, she's in the... This is not the bedroom we're sleeping in. She's everywhere! She's in the bedroom!
Here too. Oh, man.
Oh, hell yeah! Oh my... Oh yeah. This is where I'm gonna film my... How do we turn this on? Oh my god, I almost bought this! I want this. I almost bought this. Oh my god, I have this! This bed frame?
Holy shit.
What's this? Holy fuck!
Whoa.
What are these little doors? Oh my god, I can't wait to shower.
Oh, it's too warm up here.
I'm not staying at the bottom one. I want this bed. Look, my thing. Thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna read right here. They got the actors to sign this.
Oh, you like cast from the 90s?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just had a little photo shoot. Don't mind the excessive fit. Fit. I finished Whale Fall on our way here. Gave it 4 stars. I don't even have to Google a fun fact because there were so many. All these teal tabs are fun facts. Oh, this one! Did y'all know that whales have been known to fill their stomachs with rocks, probably chunks of concrete too, to weigh themselves down so they drown, because their lives without predator pursuits or the limitless expanse of an ocean are no longer worth living? I don't know how factual that is, to be honest with you, but let me grab another one just in case. I'm just bullshitting y'all, because I don't want to do that. Okay, squid beaks were the base ingredient of ambergris, the waxy lumps shot by sperm whales and used in luxury perfumes, every poor fisherman's dream, selling for roughly 25 grand per pound. People used to carry ambergris to ward off the Black Death. I really enjoyed it, super quick, super worth the read. Audiobook's pretty good too. There is a toxic relationship between a father and son. I feel like that could have been more, not developed, what's the word? Not fleshed out either, just like, I wish we had more time with that. Because I feel like they talked about their toxicity and then all of a sudden we're in the water with the dude. And I'm like, I wanna know more about their dynamic. But then we do, but still, it just like felt not as fulfilling as I wanted it to with the, I don't know how to explain my feelings. It wasn't a 5-star feeling at the end. It was short chapters through and through, beginning to end. It was like the perfect short chapter book. I read 266 pages of this today because I started on page 53. Now I'm gonna film a read with me for the YouTubes. I'm gonna chill upstairs for like 40 minutes and film myself reading Small Horrors by Darcy Coates. And at some point I'm gonna read Tomie, reread Tomie by Junji Ito. So that's the plan for now. Oh, I'm gonna update my bullet journal. But yeah, this place is so sick. Like I'm like, there's black, what are these called? Shades? What are they called? Not curtains.
Yeah,
Shades? Worth it. Worth every penny. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Hello. We are back from finishing another book. I also filmed a little read with me situation where I started Small Horrors. I'm like 3 or 4 stories in, and it's pretty good so far. But then I switched to a manga for the summerween prompt of a book that takes place in the summer, and Whale Fall went for the prompt, read a thriller or a horror. This is a romance, a male-male high school romance, and I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. There's a lot of miscommunication. It's messy, and I understand that high school can be messy and whatever, but Wataru, this guy who like doesn't know what he wants, he needs to get his shit together, because Chiharu is like the softest little bean. He was just speaking from the heart, and Wataru's just like, you can't be doing that. But then he like switches up, and it was weird. I don't know. And then there were like 3 bonus stories that were pretty cute at the end, and I was rooting for them to kiss, so I did feel a little something, but I'm giving it 3 stars. Done with that. I think I'm gonna continue reading Small Horrors until I get bored, and then I'll tackle Tomie later tonight. I also might continue The Devil Takes You Home because I'm really enjoying that one as well. We're leaving! This is the fit for the day. We're gonna go to a coffee shop. I read about half of Tomie, my reread of Tomie. Oh, and I read some of Brutal Prince too. So I think I'm about 350 pages in for the day. I got up at 5 and then I fell asleep again. And then, what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm over 5,000 pages total now, which is behind by quite a bit. So we gotta play catch up at some point in life, but we'll see if today is that day. Back home, obviously. It's been a while since I've updated, but I've finished 2 books since we last spoke. Finished Small Horrors and then my audiobook, which I have to edit out, Jan, because it's apparently a St. Martin's Press title and I was unaware. So I'm still gonna count the pages, I'm just not gonna talk about the book. Small Horrors, I gave 4 stars. A low 4 because a lot of the stories ended the same way, in like this abrupt limbs around a neck neck type of way, and it got old really quickly. And then there were some that were like literally copy paste from stories I've seen, like pretty well-known horror stories, but a lot of them did end up being 5 stars towards the end. I like the variety of the like concepts for the most part. I think I've given up on fun facts. I think this vlog is long enough and chaotic enough. I just, sorry, okay? But I'm also almost done. I used my box cutter as a bookmark. I'm almost done with Tomie. Obviously gonna be 5 stars. It was a reread, love it. I believe I actually hit 1,000 pages today. I read in the car most of the way home. I read at a coffee shop today. I read early in the morning. I read before we checked out. I was really determined to hit that 1,000. I'm losing faith in hitting 10,000, y'all. Like, I really hope I get up early, like extra early, like 4:30 early the next couple days, and then really buckle down on that last day on Wednesday when it's my day off and do like nothing else. But at some point I have to like at least start editing. Y'all saw I started my Castlevania puzzle, tested my little puzzle roller mat thing. At some point my audiobook activity needs to be rough editing because I'm falling a little bit behind. This video, y'all know I don't edit as I go, so this video is gonna be quite the doozy. Sorry I haven't been updating much, but this is gonna be the last update of today, and I'll probably talk to y'all after work tomorrow, possibly. I've had the Sunday saddies mixed with the birthday saddies, so it's been rough. Thank you for bearing with me through this challenge that's also rough. Okay, I'm back, and I know I just said I'm kind of done with fun facts for this video just to save some time, but I just found out, well, I think I knew this already, but in the afterword, Junji Ito talks about like it's been 24 years since he started working on Tomie, and it was back when he was a dental technician. Like, that's wild. Imagine going from being a dental technician to creating shit like this. Like, what? What a legend. Anyway, 5 stars. Oh, Joey read this. 5 stars.
Loved it.
He also finished Whale Fall. 5 stars.
5 stars. Yeah, Whale Fall was really fun to read, and I usually don't care for anything in the water.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Hello, people. It is day 8, and I'm struggling. I'm not losing my mind just yet. I've lost my mic, though. I haven't vlogged. I figured B-roll is just kind of unnecessary at this point because this vlog is going to be long enough, but I did go to Home Goods and TJ Maxx to look for Halloween stuff to get that burst of serotonin before I bunker down and read for the rest of the night. I got a new, like, skull pillow. You'll see it at some point eventually. In terms of reading, the immediate plan is to finish the last like 13 pages of Brutal Prince, okay? I'm loving this. It's probably gonna be like 4 stars. And then I have this poetry collection called I Am Not Your Final Girl that one of my patrons, Rocky, is reading. I knew this book existed, but she kind of reminded me that it exists today. I wanted to read this like years ago, but I didn't feel like I had the caliber to understand like all the references, because I know it's obviously heavy on like Final Girl, horror movie references. Now that I'm with Joey and he has gotten me more cultured and well-versed in the horror genre, I think I'm ready for it. So I'm gonna read that. I could also finish Listen for the Lie, which I started today, and I'm 211 pages in, but I want to do this whilst doing other things. So maybe when my eyeballs start to hurt for the day, but I could easily finish this tonight too. I also went to the library after Home Goods and TJ Maxx and picked up 3 holds. I picked up 2 Samantha Schweblin books, the author of Fever Dream and 7 Empty Houses. I got her 2 other books. I believe she only has 2 other ones, and I thought they were shorter than they are, so I'll read them at some point, but probably not for this challenge, but we'll see. But I will read this tonight, I think. It's The Summer Hikaru Died. I don't know what it's about, but I heard it's like perfect for summerween for some reason. I know Gav recommended it to Gabby. Gabby talked about it in her vlog, and one of my other friends also read this. This will be one of my manga for tonight. Let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? Dunsies, 3 stars. It feels like a Black Mirror episode, just a little bit too discombobulated at times. This was 4 stars. There were some references, a lot of references that I didn't understand, but still really good. And definitely read the introduction because that hit really hard. Hi. Sorry I didn't update at all for day 9. I'll update properly later, but last day of this challenge. Let's fucking go. Hiya. I'm wearing my Eat Fuck Die shirt and I'm obsessed with it. Sorry for the lack of update. It's the last day of this challenge though. I spent a good hour and a half editing my next Do Your Worst episode, which should be up tonight. I have like 40 minutes left to edit, but I figured I need to get going on my reading. Last night, I'm not gonna go get it. I finished The Devil Takes You Home. No, I will get it. Editing Jan is gonna hate me. Look at my stack. It's beautiful. It's like not taller than me, but it's getting there. I finished The Devil Takes You Home. I actually gave it 4 stars. I was so surprised how much I like this. It had such good commentary on race, on love, on like humanity, and it's essentially about this man's slow descent into madness, which is very similar to my real life for this challenge. So how fitting. Slow descent into madness, but also like evil, violence, all that shit. There's a drug cartel situation, which I usually don't like, but this one did it really well. I was invested. I don't know if it's just cause, no, cause I was gonna say, I don't know if it's just cause it's a BIPOC author, but Sylvia Moreno Garcia's Velvet Was the Night I didn't really enjoy. So this was a pleasant surprise. I had so much fun translating everything. It kept me engaged with the text. Today is definitely gonna be a lot of manga. I still have this many left from the library. So we're gonna try to knock most, if not all, those out and see how far we can get. But I'm not starting with manga. That's gonna be later on. Well, I did start with manga because I finished this morning. This is Number Call. This is the same author as my summer review. I'm gonna give this 3 stars. It was cute. There was a lot about like their names because they had like similar names. It was like a whole bit. It was cute. It just was a high school romance, but it was male, so there's that at least. It was a quick read. 3 stars, nothing too monumental. I've been also listening to Home is Where the Bodies Are, and I'm 25 chapters in now, and it's still okay. I will admit I have zoned out quite a bit, so if I happen to love the ending, this is probably one that I will reread in the future just to like get a more well-rounded idea of what the fuck happened. But I am interested in the mystery. I'm intrigued. I want to know what happens at the end. And then Your Shadow Half Remains. I started this yesterday during my lunch break. I got 30 pages in yesterday, but now I'm 62 pages in. And this is a pandemic book that I'm actually kind of liking. It's like Bird Box, which I haven't read or watched, but apparently it's pretty fucking similar. It's just like the effects of it are different, but like you can't look people in the eye or else something happens. There's still the pandemic lingo, like, you know, lockdowns and the new normal, things like that. But it's not, I don't know, something about it just feels different. I don't know if it's the writing, if it's the short chapters, if it's just my mood. How I feel about this compared to how I felt about American Rapture, as well as Everything We Never Said or Had, something like that, by Randy Rabai, which I DNF'd. I actually really like this one so far. Oh, I've also continued Smoke by Ellen Hopkins. I'm 200 pages into this, so definitely gonna finish this because that's like my life hack for this challenge, these Ellen Hopkins books. We have a game plan. I am currently at 7,100 pages, I think. Yesterday I thought I was at 7,600. I was at 6,600 because I fucking hate math. The usual. I have a very strong feeling I'm gonna fail, as expected. I think as long as I hit 8,000 or like just come really close to 9,000, I'll be happy. We're just gonna play it by ear. We'll see. I have to be somewhere at 1:45, so I have like an hour to read before I finish getting ready. So I'm gonna get off here now and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, we're back home. We're almost done with Home is Where the Bodies Are. Just got to the twist. Pretty predictable, but I really like the writing. Part of me wishes I annotated, but also it would have slowed me down, and this is too fast-paced of a thriller where I would have wanted it to just like move along. I like the audiobook. I did guess the twist. I guessed who did it. The title kind of spoils something, so like I don't know about that, but I'm enjoying it more than her other books. I'll say that much. It could still be a 4, to be honest. It has some good little life tidbits, usually phrases that start with the word sometimes, like sometimes life is blah 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 blah. Usually those are what hit me for some reason. I don't know, and this one has a lot of those. I have some unboxings though, and one is from one of my vamps, Destiny. She has literally been on my Patreon since day 1. She's been a subscriber forever, so thank you so much, Destiny. She sent me like a big box of goodies. I was opening it and I was like, I just need to share. She wrote me a whole handwritten note talking about how my content has brought her joy. She fell in love with Junji Ito because of me. It's just so sweet. It made my my day, I teared up a little bit. So I'm gonna keep it in my little drawer of notes. And then she got me popcorn and Flamin' Hots. That's incredible. And there's this little, this is why I wanted to pick up the camera. I've never seen this. It's an Uzumaki pocket curse. She just went to an anime expo. What is a pocket curse? Oh my god. What is happening? Why is there a baby? What is happening? Wait. Ew, it's like coming out. Why is it a mushroom coming out of his umbilical cord? I'm screaming. Normally I'd be like, it is making me kind of say ew, that's weird, but it's Junji Ito, so I love it. It's kind of gross. But that's so funny. I'm crying. Oh shit. I don't even know. I don't even know. That's creepy. There's spirals from Uzumaki. That's so fucking funny. I'm gonna keep the box. So like people don't just think I say people as if we have people over all the time, but oh my god. And then what if I just like read this today? This came out yesterday. I should just read it today. Ally by Junji Ito. I should. This should be my next read, I think. I'm just gonna read it right away. I've been waiting for this for months. Oh, I just love the buttery feel. And then what is this? Illustrations. Oh my god, it's like, oh my god. Oh my god. I've never seen this. I have Twisted Visions from another patron. It's kind of like this too, where it's like a coffee table book of Junji Ito illustrations, but like this has all different ones. And in color too. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. The cover of Fragments of Horror. Thank you so much, Destiny. I'm obsessed. Wow, this is such a thoughtful gift. Holy shit, thank you. Well, I'm gonna look through that while I listen to the rest of the audiobook. This is so funny to me. I can't get over it. I also have a Pango book that I don't really want to share, it's whatever. But I also have my Aardvark box, which I will share because I have a code for y'all to get your first box for $4 and free shipping. So you can use the code JAN at checkout to get that deal, save you some money. Each box is super cute, first of all, and it comes with a little card thing with the member challenge on the back. This month we challenge you to repurpose your Aardvark box, and it's usually like a little giveaway for social media. Their social media is impeccable, by the way. Like I could never. The way they do their hints every month, it's great. And then they have a bookmark for each book that you order, and it says dress code dust jacket optional. This month I got Masquerade by O.O. Sangoyomi. This cover, hello, y'all know what I'm about to say. Speaking of buttery covers, yep. I'm gonna talk about the synopses more in my July book haul. I also got I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones, and then Whoever You Are, Honey by Olivia Gatwood. What I really love about Aardvark too is they have such unique choices, and they have diverse choices as well. You know, 2 of the 3 of these are BIPOC authors. I feel like that's rare for subscription boxes nowadays. Love the spines together, so pretty. I'm so excited. I need to do an Aardvark book vlog again soon because I'm running behind. So thank you so much, Aardvark. I'll have my code and everything linked down below. All my discount codes and everything are always down below, just so you know. So I'm gonna get cracking, back to reading, and I'll update y'all when I get things done. Just finished it, 4 stars. Even though I guess the twist, the ending was cool, writing was good, this author's writing has significantly improved from her other books, so what else could you ask for at that point? You know what I mean? That's a good one, another pleasant surprise. I think I'm gonna read Ally by Junji Ito now. That the season of madness is over. I gave up. I started editing at like 6:30-ish, 6:40. I finished editing at like almost 9 and I just gave up. I read like 10 more pages maybe. But that brings me at, drum roll please. Is that your stomach? I hope they heard that. 7,000, hold on, I need to bring it up again. I don't want to misinform, you know? 7,862 pages. That's so depressing. I couldn't even push to 8,000. I'm really upset. Like I knew I was gonna fail, right? I knew it. But the fact that I'm so close to 8,000 and I couldn't even do it, it's fine. I guess that's still a lot. I mean, 26 books total. That's okay. That's a lot. That's a fucking lot. That's literally a month's worth of books. Granted, a lot of them were just solely for the page count, I will say. Not that I didn't pay attention to what I was reading. Do I remember half the shit I read? Probably not. But I guess we'll see in my rapid fire wrap up at the end of the month.
Any books that surprised you?
The Devil Takes You Home surprised me. Home is Where the Bodies Are surprised me. Open Throat is most likely gonna be on my top 10. Not most likely. Possibly. I got to read the new Junji Ito. I definitely know a couple books that I want to unhaul, so there's that off my physical TBR. This baby has not stopped crying in like 24 hours.
Literally.
Honestly though, okay, so what I learned, not really what I learned, but like what could have led me to success more is, one, if I didn't have my birthday. Okay, that was a lot of activity that I wanted to do and I knew I was gonna do. Oh, we went to the movies, so that was a choice. I did socialize a little bit. I video chatted a couple friends all throughout. I did not wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every single day. I think I did it maybe 3 times. That could have definitely given me a lot more time, especially on the work days. I didn't really push to 1,000 every day because I thought I was gonna be able to catch up in the last couple days. Didn't do that. But what I learned a shit ton from this challenge about myself and about what I want in life. So changes are coming, my dudes. They've already started. So there's that. I feel like I have my life back now. Truly. I also learned that this shit is possible. I never thought in a million years I could read 1,000 pages a day, and it's not just fully audio and manga. Like, I did physically read throughout this whole challenge just for myself. Not that everything else doesn't count, but like for myself, I wanted to see if I could also just physically read with my eyeballs. But I didn't even go through like half that stack of manga because I also learned that I get sick of manga like more than one in a row, more than one at a time. We'll see how this vlog ends up. I don't even know how long this is gonna be. It's probably gonna be like 3 hours of footage, and I'm gonna try to cut it down to like a little over an hour. How am I gonna do that? I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go take the thumbnail photo and then get ready for work because it is 8 o'clock. Oh, I have to end the vlog. I'm never gonna be doing this again, so I hope you enjoyed. If you made it to the end of this video, I guess just put the stack of books emoji because I'm blanking right now and I gotta get ready for work. Put the stack of books emoji in the comments down below if you made it to the end of this very long video. Thank you to everyone who was cheering me on. Thank you to my patrons who did it with me because we held each other accountable. Hope you had a 5-star day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next one.